With all the things you have to accomplish in a given day, wouldn't it be nice if the day were just a bit longer? If you are like most people who want to improve their time management, you probably want a list of tips, tools, and systems that will increase your productivity and add hours to your week. Before you start thinking of ways to slow the rotation of the Earth, try to cut out some serious time wasters, or at least reduce the amount of time you devote to them. It will seem like you are gaining 1, 2, 3, or even more hours to your day to invest in activities and pursuits that are important to you. Keep watching this video to learn the best tips and tricks to adopt for winning at time efficiency. Set priorities and choose what activities to invest your time in. Set clear rules about when you're available and when you're not available, and never let other people steal your time. The funny thing is, the more you value your time, the more you will have of it because people will also value your time. If you allow people to interrupt you all the time, you're just essentially showing them that your time is not very valuable, in which case you won't be able to work effectively, no matter how many hours you work. You need to know that each interruption at least costs you 7 minutes because your brain needs 7 minutes to refocus. Ask yourself how many interruptions do you have per day. Imagine how much time you can gain back when you decrease the number of interruptions. Every 3-minute interruption costs you 10 minutes. Let's say you get interrupted 12 times in one working day, 2 hours gone. In a month, that's like having an extra week. So never let employees, friends, clients, or anyone interrupt you. You need to set those clear rules now. Learn to say no. Every time you say no when you mean no, you're saying yes to yourself. When you decide that a yes is a yes and a no is a no, you'll feel much better. For example, let's say work life. Most people want to be a good colleague and said yes to every favor that was asked for. But they ended up being overwhelmed at work because they were asked for a lot of favors, usually work nobody else wanted to do. To get the most satisfaction out of the work you do and the pastimes you engage in, you need to protect them from getting swallowed up by other commitments. The demands on your time are limitless. Time is a finite resource. Figure out how to recognize when the hourglass is almost out of sand and protect your time by saying no. By starting to say no often, you will improve your life a lot and free up a lot of time. But make sure you say no without feeling guilty. Simply explain to the person in question that it's not anything personal against them, but for your well-being. You could still do your colleagues or your family members a favor, but only if you had enough time and decided to. It is selfish, but keep in mind who the most important person in your life is. It's you. You are the most important person in your life. You have to be well. Only if you're well yourself can you be well towards others, and from this level, you can contribute to others, but first, be well yourself. You can always buy some time and say maybe at first until you come to a decision. Return to your list of priorities and evaluate whether your plate is filled with unrelated commitments. If so, scrape them off as possible to make room for the things that matter to you. Life gets a lot easier if you start saying no. Stop demanding perfection. If you're expecting perfection out of yourself or others, you're just wasting your time. Letting imperfection keep you from pursuing recreational interests or your career goals can end up limiting your fulfillment in life. The amount of time, effort, energy, and emotion required to achieve perfection dramatically reduces production. You may invest as much time and energy to move from a 95% performance score to a 100% mark as you do to go from 0 to 95%. You are much better off investing your energy in starting something new than focusing on perfection. And if you refuse to give it a go until you're perfect, how will you ever get to be perfect? Do you know that Thomas Edison made hundreds of failed prototypes before he perfected inventions such as the light bulb? Know that done is better than perfect. Software developers will often say, shipped is better than perfect. And the release of software version 1.0 is quickly followed by version 1.1, 1.2, and on to fix the bugs inevitably contained in the initial release. For a writer, it's too easy to keep working on his or her book because there are always new material, new ideas, better ways of phrasing things. However, published imperfectly is of more value to the world than never published at all. Stop multitasking. Multitasking is a joke. Do you know that switching back and forth between 2 or more tasks is an extremely ineffective way to get things done? It is because when you multitask, you're making your brain take time to switch to a different skill set and a different memory experience. Do you know that when people who speak 2 languages are asked to switch between languages when counting objects, they have to slow down for each switch even the language they're most familiar with? Therefore, for those tasks that require your best effort, you are better off focusing on one at a time. Turn off your cell phone or forward your phone to go directly to voicemail. Even if you intend not to answer the call, the sound halts your attention and slows your progress. If you're working on a report, article, or some project that demands a lot of concentration, set aside at least 1 hour of uninterrupted time. You may not be able to finish in that hour, but you will get a good jump on it. An hour of focus is about all most people can do on an intense project without some type of break to get a cup of coffee or visit the restroom or just do a stretch. Stop surfing the internet. To be honest, there is nothing wrong with surfing the internet because it is incredibly valuable as a time-saving tool. Just think how much faster pulling data and tracking down information is than in the past. But the web is a storehouse of users' information as well. You can spend hours sifting through waves of data in search of what you want to know. And before you know it, more than half the day has passed. Your original intentions suffer a wipeout as you get pulled off course by information undertow. When using the internet for research or information gathering, you can be distracted by several things, such as music, shopping, computer games, blogs, virtual worlds, porn, so on and so forth. Don't get sidetracked by related information that steers you off course. In some cases, you're best to cut off this activity completely. Many of these online behaviors can lead to serious problems, addictions, financial risk, and even personal safety issues. Stop spending time with negative people. One way to bring down your energy level, reduce your enthusiasm, darken your outlook, slow your productivity, and drain your glass from half full to almost empty is to invest your time in negative people. The more you reduce the influence they have on your life, the happier and more productive you can be because their pessimism is bound to rub off on you. I don't suggest that you abandon friends and relatives who are suffering through hard times, whether due to illness, financial problems, or personal troubles, but avoiding those people who are prone to see the negative side of life, no matter how much good fortune they have. Do your best to minimize the time you spend in the company of curmudgeons and contrarians. Not only do you take back valuable time to direct toward positive endeavors, but their absence also breaks the dark spell over your optimistic outlook. Start your day early. This is the final yet very useful tips. Getting up an hour earlier is that you gain around 365 hours per year. Who said I don't have time? Ask yourself how many hours of TV are you watching every day. This usually provides you with the time you need. To those who stop watching TV and stop surfing the internet and still don't have enough time, then you are recommended to get up 1 hour earlier. Another great advantage of getting up earlier is that it reinforces self-discipline and you will gain self-respect. It is scientifically proven that 6 hours should be enough sleep per night paired with a 30 to 60 minutes power nap in the afternoon. Your freshness depends on the quality of your sleep, not on the quantity. You have to try and figure out for yourself how many hours of sleep you need to feel refreshed, but you should definitively give it a try. It will improve your quality of life a lot. Don't forget that getting up early is a new habit. So give it some time and don't give up after the first week if you still feel tired after getting up earlier. The habit needs at least 3 to 4 weeks to kick in. An extra hour can buy you plenty of bonus time to take a big bite off your to-do list. If you absolutely can't get up 1 hour earlier, try half an hour. Even just a half hour earlier a day adds 183 hours to your year, which is equivalent to 23 additional work days. And don't forget your attitude. Thoughts and beliefs about getting up an hour earlier play a big role too. In the end, getting up or hitting the snooze button is a decision you make. It's up to you. Just think, how important are a better lifestyle and more time for you? That's pretty much it for today. Hope you find the tips today helpful and leave a message below if you have anything to say. Thank you for watching the video. Have a great day. See you next time.